Hey everyone, it's Karen with Yes Please PaperCrafts, and today I'm going to be doing another layout using Pinkfresh Studio products. And this is part of a YouTube hop where a bunch of us are getting together on one Friday out of the month to create a scrapbook layout or a project using only Pinkfresh Studio products. So for my layout today, I'm going to be using a picture that was taken back in 2019, and this picture was taken at a crop in Mandeville, Louisiana. It was the first crop that my mom attended, and she had so much fun. And so in this picture, from the right to the left is me, my mom, my friend Tina, and my friend Judy. And we attended the crop together, and they had a photo booth at the crop. And at this crop, the theme was every day is a holiday, and they had every holiday represented. But at the photo booth, they had a Christmas tree and some poinsettias, and it kind of looked like this was a Christmas picture, but it wasn't, because it was actually taken in September. And so I did try to crop off as much as I could of the Christmas tree, because I really don't want this to look like it's from Christmas. But I am going to bring in some papers and embellishments from some of the Pinkfresh Studio collections that I have that are Christmas collections, just because the colors go so well with this picture. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a sketch, and I love going out to Pinterest and Google and just different places out there on the internet that have free scrapbook sketches. And I found this sketch from Heather at 𝗬𝗵𝘃𝗃𝗄𝗣𝗆𝗃𝗏𝑔𝑠𝑝𝑜T, and then Heather has since moved to a new blog which is called Storm Scraps. And this sketch is from February 2012. And she has some really awesome sketches on her blog, but unfortunately she hasn't posted anything since, I believe, 2014 or 2015. But I did find this sketch from Pinterest, and I just really fell in love with it. So this is the one I'm going to be using for this layout. So when I was searching for a sketch, I specifically was looking for one that had one photo in the portrait mode. And so you can see I have one photo here in the middle. And then the other thing I really liked about this sketch was the little card on the side that I could do some journaling. And then at the bottom, I had a place there for a title. And then there was 4 little squares that I was thinking I could use like 4 little mini scrapbooks and just create like a little vignette on each one of those little squares along the right hand side. So I thought it was a really cute sketch. Okay, so I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and then do a voiceover, because you guys know I can't scrap and talk at the same time. So I'm starting off by looking through the paper that I have from these 2 Christmas collections. One is called Holiday Vibes, and the other one is the Oh What Fun collection. And I found this paper right here, which has a geometric print, and it's a red, blue, and white. And it went perfectly with the photo. And we did not coordinate our outfits, but we just all happened to be wearing different shades of blue. And then I had on that top that had the really bright red. And it's really funny that I found so many papers here that had the similar colors to what was in the photo. And I'm going through and just looking for papers that are kind of match my photo, but that do not have a Christmas theme. And so you can see that I'm passing up most of those that have Christmas things on them. Now this paper with the flowers, I thought it would be super pretty to take that one and cut it apart and use the flowers on this layout. And I did actually end up using a couple of the flowers, but once I got the layout started, those flowers really did not suit the look and feel, because they were more elegant and the layout kind of went in a different direction. So I also picked out that red chevron paper, and here I am looking through the 𝗬𝗫𝗵𝗫 embossed white paper pad. You can get these at Joann's, and there are different versions of this paper pad with different patterns. And so they have diamonds and polka dots and herringbone, just different embossing in the paper. And so I was trying to go through this paper pad and look through the different designs to figure out which one would work the best for my layout. And I decided to go with that one right there. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out of the paper pad. And I just love that embossed white cardstock because it adds such a fun texture to the background. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do here is to try to figure out which papers to use for which parts of the layout. And I did want to use more of that red, white, and blue geometric print, but I thought it would be really busy. So I'm going to switch it up and use the red paper as the main background, because I did also want my title to stand out. And if I would have used that other paper, that would have been a little bit of a challenge. So I wanted to pick out something that was going to stand out against the red paper. And I decided to go with this 𝗷𝗵𝗆𝗃 from the Just a Little Lovely collection. And I think that's going to work out really well. So I love creating a layout using a sketch, because your layout usually goes together so much easier because you have a plan for how you're going to build the layout. But I do find that sometimes the biggest challenge to using a sketch is trying to figure out the size for each paper. And I usually try to make the paper bigger than I think it should be, and that usually works out pretty well. And if it is a little bit too big, I can always cut some off. So the red paper ended up being a 9 by 9 square, and the light blue paper was 9.5 inches. So the next thing that I wanted to do was map my picture, and as I was looking at these scraps, I realized that I had cut into that floral paper, the one that I was planning to cut out the flowers and use those flowers on my layout. So I decided to go ahead and try to gut this paper. I'm using the Creative Memories paper trimmer, and that paper trimmer is so easy to use to gut the paper, but I was not really paying attention to what I was doing at that point, because I was kind of a little bit upset with myself. And so I didn't do a very good job of gutting the paper. Usually I can go all the way to the corners and it works out really well. But in the end, it's okay, because you're not going to see any of that that I cut out. And I'm just going to fussy cut out all of these flowers that I can. Now I ended up only using 2 of these flowers on my layout. They really didn't suit the layout, and some of the flowers, the ones that were gray and taupe, they didn't really seem to go with the layout once I really got everything pulled together. And so I'm going to end up not using those, but I'm going to keep them with the rest of my Pinkfresh Studio embellishments, and I'll just use them on another layout. Okay, so the little squares that are going to go down the right hand side of the layout, I did cut those into 2 by 2 squares, and then I matted those with some white cardstock, and the white cardstock was 2¼ by 2¼ and I just made 4 little layouts. They're like little baby layouts, and I just thought that was cute. I matted each one of those, and I'm just going to put that along the side of the layout just like it had in the sketch. Okay, so I also wanted to use a paper on the left-hand side of my layout as that journaling spot, and I'm going to end up not journaling on this layout, and instead I'm going to be putting part of my title on that card. I cut that card down to about, I think it was about a 4¼ by 3¾ card, and I'm going to tuck that right underneath the picture. So I decided it would be fun to bring in some flare buttons, and most of the buttons that I have here are from my September release. I do sell flare buttons in the Yes Please button shop, and I'll put a link to my store in the description below if you're interested in checking that out. And I'm just looking for buttons that have red, white, and blue to match this layout. I don't think that I used those buttons in the end. I think I made a few more and played around with some different ones. But I am going to end up, I think, using 4 flare buttons on this layout. I think it was 4 or 5, I can't remember. I think that's the most flare buttons I've ever used on just one layout. Okay, so I thought about using that paper, but I ended up not using it. I was just thinking maybe I needed another layer underneath that journaling card. And instead of doing that, I am going to find a piece of ephemera that has a little spiral on one edge. It looks like a notebook, and I'm going to use that instead. But I'm taking some paper from some of the 6x6 paper pads. I think I got most of the paper from the Office Hours 6x6 paper pad, and I'm using that paper and I'm piecing it together to create photo mats for underneath my picture. And I think I added about 4 different photo mats. I think I used a white cardstock and then that check print there. I did use the red chevron print, and I believe another one. I just kept layering paper and layering paper. I just wanted to make my photo stand out since it was the only photo on the layout. And I love doing that, just adding a bunch of different mats to the picture because it draws your attention into the picture, but it also adds weight to it because you're making it very dimensional as you're adding each one of those layers. And when I pieced that together, I just made sure to match up the patterns in the paper. And I learned this trick from my friend 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝘀𝗀𝗃. I had never really thought about doing that until I saw her do it on one of her scrapbook process videos. And if you have not checked out her channel, you should definitely go and watch some of her videos. Her layouts are just absolutely beautiful. Okay, and she is the person actually that we're doing this Pinkfresh for because Pinkfresh is her favorite manufacturer, and she just loves Pinkfresh so much that she is the one that had the idea to do the Pinkfresh Friday hop. So I'm just adding one more mat to my photo. I needed to have a little bit of separation between the red mat and the red background. Okay, so now I am going to start putting everything together. I'm using my ATG gun. So I've had a lot of people ask me where I get my tape, and I like to purchase it from the Tape Jungle, and I will buy an entire case, which is 144 rolls, and it works out to be about $1.10 per roll, but it lasts for years and years. I've only purchased, I think, 2 cases over the past 7 years. I just purchased my second case, I believe it was right around March of last year. And in addition to using it myself, and I use tons of it, I also will sell it to my friends when they come over and they want to get some tape. I'll just sell them 10 rolls and so they can have that as well. So if you have friends that you can share it with, that's even better. And that way everybody can get that awesome price. Okay, so I'm working on my title. I decided my title was going to be Every Day is a Holiday at the Crop. And I didn't think that the words were standing out enough, so I decided to take the first 3 words, or the first 4 words, every day is a, and I'm going to mount that onto some white cardstock, and then I'm going to back it with some of that light blue paper, and just putting 2 layers of that. And after I have all of those pieces put together, I'm going to play around with this a little bit to try to see where I think the title would look the best. I did want to make the title stand out a little bit more, and I am going to end up putting part of the title over there on that card on the left-hand side of the photo, and I thought that that was super cute. Okay, so now that I have my papers, my photo matted, my title, I'm going to start embellishing this layout. So I'm looking through some of the ephemera. I believe this is from the Office Hours collection. And I'm just looking through here to see if I can find anything that I think would work for this layout. Okay, so while I work on embellishing this layout, I thought I would talk to you guys about some more hops that are coming up soon. And actually the first one that I'm going to mention is actually happening the day before this video goes up on my channel. On October the 21st, 𝗬𝗂cie 𝗂𝗧 is having a hop. She's celebrating her 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, and she's having a celebration hop, which I am participating in. And so I'm really excited for 𝗬𝗂cie. I think it's really awesome that she's reached 2,000 subscribers. I love her channel and watching her videos and watching her scrapbook. So y'all be sure and check out 𝗬𝗂cie and all of the other people participating in her hop. And then coming up on October the 22nd is the Pinkfresh Friday hop, which if you're watching this video, you already know about that one. And then on November the 4th, there's going to be a celebration hop for Rebecca Moore. She reached 1,500 subscribers on her channel, which is amazing because it wasn't too long ago that she did her 500 subscriber hop. So super awesome. You should definitely go and check out both Rebecca Moore and 𝗬𝗂cie 𝗂𝗧, and I will put links to their channel or their channels in the description below. So I wanted to mention that I am going to be hosting a celebration hop for my YouTube channel, and that's coming up on November the 5th. And it's for reaching 5,000 subscribers, which is so amazing. I can't even believe that, yeah, I have that many people that want to watch my videos. But I invited a whole bunch of scrappy YouTubers to help me to celebrate, and I'm just really excited to do this celebration. And I am also kind of celebrating my button shop. I make flare buttons, and I opened that shop about a year ago. So it's the first birthday of my shop. And so it's always been one of my dreams to have my own store. And so it's been a lot of fun setting up the button shop and creating buttons and being able to share those with people from all over the United States. And as a way to kind of have fun with the celebration and with the hop, I thought it would be really cool to send buttons to everybody who is participating in the YouTube hop. And so I sent buttons to, I think, most of the people, whoever wanted to create a layout using flare buttons. They got the opportunity to pick some buttons out of the shop, and I shipped them all over the United States and also to other countries, to New Zealand, Australia, and the UK. And so I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm hoping that y'all will put that date on your calendar and be sure to check back on my channel on November the 5th. It's going to go live at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch how everybody created a layout using flare buttons. And so that was one of the other reasons why I wanted to challenge myself with this layout, to use as many flare buttons as I could, and to I don't think I've ever used more than a couple flare buttons on one layout, and I believe I used 5 flare buttons on this layout. And I thought it turned out so cute. Okay, so now that I have everything laid out where I want it to go, I'm going to go ahead and start gluing everything down. And I've had quite a few people ask me what I use to glue the flare buttons to my layout. And I like to use glue dots, and not the removable kind, because the removable ones are not strong enough to really stay attached to the flare button. But if you get a permanent glue dot, those work really, really well. Okay, so I'm not going to make y'all watch me glue all of this down to my layout. Let's just skip ahead to the next thing that I did, which is to add some enamel dots. And so these are from the 𝗬𝗵𝗀 collection, which was one of the Christmas collections. And I'm just going to add the light blue, the red, and the medium color blue to each cluster. I'm going to add it in 3 different places. There at the top, over to the left hand side by the title, where the title starts, and then over onto the right bottom corner where the title ends. And that's pretty much going to finish off this layout. Okay, so I hope y'all will go and watch all of the other videos and the other YouTubers that are participating in this hop. Be sure to go and check out their channels, subscribe and like, and give them a little bit of love. And if you like seeing this type of video and following along as I create layouts, please give this video a thumbs up, because it helps me to know what type of content y'all like to see on my channel. And if you would like to see more videos and you're not already a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you join my channel. Okay, so I do have a short video clip of my 2 dogs, Bella and Lilybell, that I'm going to put at the end of this video. So if you want to see that, stick around to the end. And I also have some close-ups, so if you want to see the close-ups, those are coming up right now. Okay, y'all take care. Hope y'all have an awesome week, and I hope to see you next time. Bye now. Hi girls, what y'all doing? You got something to say, Miss Lilybell? What you got to say? You gonna talk? Can y'all say hi to the YouTube people? Is it dinner time? Is it dinner time? Yeah, you're hungry? Okay, you're starving. It's time for dinner. You do know it's only 3:30, right? It seems like it gets earlier and earlier when you want to eat, Miss Bella. You're hungry too? What else you got to say, Miss Louisville? Are you hungry? If y'all tell the YouTube people hi, I will give y'all something to eat. How about that? How about a snack? I'll give you some sweet potatoes. You want a sweet potato fry? It's like dehydrated sweet potatoes that I got from Tuesday mornings, and they really love those. So maybe that'll tide them over until dinner time. Okay, let me go get you one. Okay, so I'm going to be giving them the sweet potato fries for dogs. And I got this from Tuesday mornings. It's a huge bag. I don't know how big this, not a huge bag. It's 8 ounces, but there's tons in there, and they've already been eating these for about a week now, I think. And they just love them. And then the really nice thing about them is that they're not really high in fat. And so Lily-Bell has pancreatitis, and she's supposed to be on a low-fat diet. And so these are really awesome. So these only have one ingredient, which is sweet potatoes, and the fat content is 0.5 to 2%, which is really awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all some fries. What you gonna do for these fries? You're gonna sit down, down, Lily-Bell. Good job. Okay, here you go. Y'all can have a fry. Take it, Bella. Take one. Take one. There you go. All right, well, that's all we have. Y'all take care. Hope you have an awesome day, and we hope to see you next time. Bye now.